matchup with Cleveland, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Look at the 76ers starting group. In the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's Oubre. And it's Barlow in at the 4. And for the Hawks, Johnson and Okongwu man the post positions. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with C.J. McCollum. And it's Daniels in at the 3, the small forward. With the season winding down, GA, what's key for a long playoff run, do you think?
Kevin, one thing is health, right? When you look back at past NBA champions, lots of times it's the teams that were able to survive the year without any major injuries.
Now, Alexander Walker. After Kelly Oubre missed from long range. A 3 from McCollum. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Now, here's Maxey. Pass to Oubre. Back to Maxey. Shot clock at 6. High post, Embiid. And they double up Embiid. 4-3, Oubre. Johnson with the rebound. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Well, I did have a chance to talk with head coach Quinn Snyder. Coach knows that Joel Embiid is going to get his fair share of trips to the line, and he told me that's a part of his game, and he's great at it. If he can bait us into contact and still find a way to get a shot up, it's going to take a very disciplined approach from us tonight on Joel. We'll see if they're up for the task. Kevin?
All right, Allie, thanks. It's good from long range.
And if you look at these early years for Tyrese Maxey's career, you can see he has increased the number of threes he's taken year by year.
Here's Daniels. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Following the three-pointer by C.J. McCollum. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Alexander Walker. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Pass to Daniels. Jacks up a 3. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Okongwu. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
Okongwu is now starting, Tim, and coming off the bench his first handful of seasons, I think got him ready for this role he's in right now.
He has been a good defender from day one, but his offensive game now starting to show some growth. He's stretching his shooting range, and he is showing you some growth as a playmaker as well.
On the free throw, no good. In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of the starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
Now, here's Oubre. Really had troubles in that loss to Boston. Embiid wide open. No good on the triple. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Atlanta. They trail by 1. Alexander Walker with the ball. He had 15 points last outing. Johnson against Embiid. Shot from the wing. Shot by Johnson, no good. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Down low. Kicks it out to Maxey. Misses the 3.
Well, the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
Here's Johnson. Got it. Good job in the low post.
I really like when Johnson is finding his own offense like this, particularly when he's that close to the basket.
Pass to Edgecombe. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Barlow passes to Embiid. No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. That's in, coming off the assist from Embiid.
He's an absolute beast to deal with for the defense. Sometimes he can even leave you feeling helpless.
McCollum outside. Lays it up and off the glass. McCollum's got 5 points so far.
Look at McCollum just going to work. So good at using his creativity to find shots inside.
Here's Barlow. Still yet to score. At the top of the key, Embiid. Nice jump shot from the top of the key.
Well, Embiid pretty much has the green light to take any kind of shot, including off the catch.
And here's McCollum. He has 5. Shoots from the baseline. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Yeah, players avoid taking mid-range shots these days. It's almost like the threes are easier for players to get.
Pass to Maxey. Here's Edgecombe. Outside, Maxey. And here's Embiid. He's covered by Daniels. No one near Edgecombe as he lets it fly. Good on the triple. He has 6.
Doing what he does, drawing the defense in, and then Embiid kicking it out for the three-pointer.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Now Okongwu. 25 points last game. And the basket by McCollum.
Wow, I just love how McCollum responded with that three of his own, showing you what a competitive player he is.
Here's Edgecombe. They set the pick from the arc. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here's Johnson. His last outing, he had 8 points. Pass to McCollum. Launches a 3. Oubre pulls it in.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
At the elbow, it's Maxey. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Johnson outside. Okongwu with a screen on Maxey. Again, McCollum missing.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And that one's good, Maxey.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up a little more sense of urgency.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And you think about the style of Sixers head coach Nick Nurse. Greg, what stands out to you?
He just has a willingness to experiment and adapt. And that's a real asset with some of the challenges this roster has faced. And a big part of why this front office brought him in.
Atlanta making some changes. Jock Landale's checked in for Okongwu. Kuminga comes in for McCollum. And it's Reza Shea in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Reza Shea finds Daniels. Back to Reza Shea. And they get it. Rebound by the 76ers. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
Yeah, it was almost like they were lethargic at times. The urgency just wasn't what it needed to be.
For the Hawks, Corey Kispert's checked in for Johnson. And it's Gabe Vincent in for Dyson Daniels. The 76ers also with a sub. Edwards, he's checked in for Maxey. Over in the corner, Edgecombe. Grimes with it. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And from the opening tip, they've been locked in. Just look at the score. That tells you all you need to know.
Here's Vincent. There's the pick. Lock at 6. Can they get it? Kuminga, no good. The 76ers leading by 13. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks, guys. The Sixers, they want to get over the top. Joel Embiid said, I've accomplished everything individually, but there's one thing missing, which is to win a championship. We have to do whatever it takes to make sure that in the postseason I'm healthy and as dominant as I've ever been. Back over to you, Kevin.
His health is key. Allie, we appreciate the report. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Looking now at some numbers for Jalen Johnson.
And, guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here's Vincent. Landale pass to Kuminga. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Vincent. Here's Landale. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. And it's the 76ers with the ball. 13-point lead. Pass to Edgecombe. Outside Edwards. The 3 drills the three-pointer.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
The Hawks shooting just about an even 40% to start. Vincent the pass to Kuminga. Over Oubre. Kuminga, no good.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Now Edgecombe. He's got 9. Back to Grimes. 6 to shoot. Off target with his 3. The Hawks trail by 16 as the 25th pick back in the 21 draft, Tim. What's enabled Quentin Grimes to really break through here recently?
It's pretty simple, Kevin. It's opportunity. He finally got that chance to be able to be free offensively to show what his ceiling is, a much larger role offensively. Kind of reminds you of Jamal Murray a little bit, particularly now that he's got the green light.
So he's had the body, had the skills. It was just, as you're saying, the opportunity there to really capitalize.
Absolutely unencumbered on that end of the floor. It's amazing how guys can break through.
Here's Vincent after the made shot from Kelly Oubre. No good on the triple. Edwards looking it over. It's Grimes on the wing, defended by Vincent. Such a wide open look. Edgecombe's got 12 points in the game.
He has come out with a scorer's mentality. 4 of 5 to start. Let's see if he can keep it up.
And so Edwards will bring it up for Philadelphia. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
Yeah, they were almost too aggressive defensively. Intensity is one thing. It's a good thing, actually, but you must control it.
Here's Rizachet. Hasn't made one yet. Looking to end the run. Hits the three-point bomb.
A true highlight of Ricochet's game, his ability to just knock it down from beyond.
Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Well, the score reflects it. They've just been the better team all the way around.
At the line for one.
6 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The three from McCollum, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. Philadelphia ahead, just dominating this one. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
And how about the work they've done inside, just owning the paint so far?
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, we've got Quentin Grimes. Watford out there with Embiid. Then it's Payne, and it's Edwards in at the three spot. Pass to Kuminga. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Landale finds Ricochet. Kispert setting the pick for Ricochet. Clock at 4. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And Kispert the bucket on the assist by Ricochet.
And you can tell Ricochet has a great basketball IQ. He spots the opening and delivers the pass on time.
Now here's Embiid. Grimes. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
3 points.
And the 76ers lead by 19. McCollum outside. Pass to Kuminga. Now Ricochet. Now McCollum. Shoots over Payne. Top of the key jumper, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And the shot goes down. Atlanta with the ball. Next up for them, the Bucks in Milwaukee. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. They set the pick. And the three off target. Philadelphia leading by 21. Pass to Embiid. Takes the three. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
That's great range. Joel Embiid has never been afraid to shoot the three if it's given to him.
Floats it up for Kuminga. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Yeah, you can throw that lob wherever you want to. Kuminga's going to rise to the occasion and get his hands on it.
Payne passes to Grimes. Another three for Philadelphia.
Was starting to stretch the floor. That's 2 triples for him this quarter.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And GA, you know, some people argue that defense has declined in recent years. Would you agree?
I think mostly it's just harder to defend in today's game. You have to cover so much more ground, and with the lack of physicality, it just makes it more challenging.
Jabari Walker's checked in for Philadelphia. Martin comes in for Payne. Up top, Kispert. Edwards defending. McCollum against Martin. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Team first.
You know, Tim, throughout his career, C.J. McCollum has been the model of consistency.
Well, you can count on him to get you 20 with efficient shooting, Kevin. We've seen it now for over a decade, and I love his calm, steady demeanor. It stabilizes his team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Your classic combo guard. C.J. McCollum can play off the ball as a shooting guard, but also can run the point at times. They're a valuable piece for this team.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Bojamp's checked in, and it's Kyle Lowry in for Martin. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
The one thing you love about C.J. McCollum, it's that high basketball IQ. He is just so clever on the floor.
Shot by Grimes, no good. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. There's the 3. Made that one only his 4th of this game after firing 10 times from the floor.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
Now here's Lowry. Pass to Edwards. Now here's Embiid. He's defended by Landale. The Hawks trail by 21. Cullen passes to Kuminga. Here's Rizachet. He's guarded by Grimes. Shot clock at 5. Here's Rizachet. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Edwards dishes to Lowry. Embiid the screen. Fires the 3. Grimes with the bucket. Grimes has got 9 points.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give him.
Here's Rizachet. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists in the game. Lowry passes to Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Yeah, Embiid right at the rim. That looked easy.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Pass to Rizachet for the 3. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
Well, he's not the reason they're down right now. He has played smart, efficient basketball.
McCollum against Lowry. 3-pointer. Rebound by Kispert. The Hawks trail by 21. Landale with it. Back to Kispert. Pass to Rizachet. A 3 ball. And it's Grimes with the rebound. And here's Lowry. Here's Grimes. 9 points in the game so far. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Launches it. Not that time. It's off. He's 3 for 7. The Hawks have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Pass to McCollum. Now Rizachet. He's guarded by Grimes. And that one's good. Rizachet's got 9 points now in the quarter. And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Jock Landale. Johnson comes in for Jonathan Kuminga. Daniels, he's checked in for Corey Kispert. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Reza Shea. Pass to Edgecombe. Oubre inside. He's covered by Daniels. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Tim, I think it's safe to say that Kelly Oubre is an eccentric guy.
Well, Kevin, he's got the tattoos, the painted fingernails, certainly not afraid to express himself stylistically. And in this league, if you can play, well, the dress code is flexible.
Free throw, good, Oubre. And legs from going undrafted to becoming a three-point contest champion, you had to fight for your place in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, that's an understatement. Yes, undrafted in '88. I played in just about every league imaginable, including a year in France. Had a bunch of 10-day contracts early on, but I didn't get my first full-time NBA contract until 1993 with the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, your perseverance and tenacity definitely paid off.
Certainly didn't take no for an answer, I can tell you that.
Now Oubre following the three-point attempt by C.J. McCollum. And here's Maxey outside. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
He created the opening, he got the angle. Unfortunately, that miss was just on him.
Pass to Johnson. Now here's Okongwu. Over Maxey. And he overshot that one, missing. Here's Edgecombe, defended by Alexander Walker. Oubre, good.
A legitimate sniper from distance. Love seeing Oubre Jr. shoot it with such precision.
Now, Alexander Walker. He has yet to score.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid is trying to stay on the court, and to that end, he's lost weight and he's embraced wearing a knee brace. He said, it's the right thing to do, giving me the support for the rest of my career. It may not look as good as it used to, with the jab or the pull-up and all of that stuff, but it'll still work. Kevin, back to you.
You got it, trying to stay healthy. Thanks a lot, Allie. Here's Barlow, following the bucket by the Hawks. Embiid with a screen on Johnson. Barlow passes to Embiid, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And we have seen it so many times. You just knew Embiid was going to finish that play.
And you talk about physical dominance combined with skill. Tim, at his peak, where does Joel Embiid rank?
Well, Kevin, I'm not sure we've ever seen a 7-footer with this combination of power and three-point shooting touch. Injuries really are the only thing that have slowed him down.
Jonathan Kuminga, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. The free throw drops for Embiid. Well, Greg, we know at his peak, Joel Embiid, one of the elite two-way centers to ever play in the NBA.
The former league MVP, but when you weigh close to 300 pounds and move like he did, not entirely surprising that his lower extremities took a toll.
The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
Yeah, this coaching staff likes to see that. Jonathan Kuminga keeping others involved.
The 76ers leading by 20. Now, here's Maxey. 11 points in the game. Up top, Embiid. Covered by Okongwu. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Edgecombe. And it's off from three-point range. Atlanta's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Alexander Walker finds Kuminga. Johnson outside. Here's Alexander Walker. He's covered by Maxey. Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Andre Drummond's check in for Joel Embiid. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. You take a look at the 76ers. They're trying to get in the playoffs here. If they stay the course, they will. And, of course, Atlanta, 3 spots below.
Well, right now for the 76ers, they've fulfilled a lot of the promise they showed coming into the season. But they just haven't taken that next leap forward so many thought they might.
Well, I think that extra gear is coming, especially as we get further down the stretch, when you're trying to build momentum for a playoff run.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Alexander Walker. Fires the three. Another three for Atlanta.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
The 76ers leading by 14. Outside, Maxey. Shoots from the line. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Maxey's got 13.
And you don't see Maxey take a lot of mid-range jumpers, but he certainly can mix that in.
Okongwu with the screen for Kuminga. A three-pointer off the mark.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Pass to Edgecombe. Now Maxey. Lets it go with the three. Rebound Atlanta. Fresh from a win against Portland.
I thought they had a solid game plan coming into that one, and then they made good adjustments along the way.
Yeah, that's the kind of performance you're going to try to build on. Now they have to find a way to replicate that success.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Pass to Edgecombe. Back to Maxey. It's good. He's got 15.
I love the determination of Tyrese Maxey. Has turned himself into a natural scorer, and he is always hunting the next bucket.
Here's Alexander Walker. He's got 5. Okongwu a screen. Over in the corner, Kuminga. Outside Daniel. No good on the three. Pass to Barlow. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific. Let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
Joel, some fireworks early. What's going to be critical to keeping it rolling?
Just keep moving the ball, get stops, and I think the kids just moving the ball, playing together. We've been doing that, and we got some hot guys, and we got to keep fitting them.
Ball movement is key, guys.
All right, Allie, thank you. And, folks, we'll be back with you right after this halftime break.
Hello, everybody. We'll break down the action shortly, but first, a glance at how the Eastern Conference standings are stacking up as the season winds down.
A look here now at the 76ers. They've come up a little short of expectations. The talent is unquestioned, but their focus has been wavering. The consistency just hasn't been there. That said, I sure wouldn't want to meet them in the playoffs, though.
Switching back to that first half of action, everything's been working for the 76ers.
Well, you see their focus on the glass, getting second chance points on one end and preventing them on the other.
That's been just one of the storylines in a total wipeout thus far. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Tyrese Maxey in this one, guys. He has been everywhere.
Yeah, and through the first two quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Well, and I expect they're going to continue to lean on him as we continue in this game. Why not? The way he's playing right now offensively.
Here's Alexander Walker. Johnson and Okongwu man the post position. Cullum is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Daniels in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. McCollum kicks to Johnson. Okongwu a screen. Pass to Alexander-Walker. From deep three-point land. Maxey grabs the miss. Philadelphia leading by 15. To the middle. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. Maxey passes to Embiid. Here's Barlow. No scoring in this one. And here's Maxey outside. Atlanta with the rebound. Okongwu's now got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Daniels. The layup missed.
Defense did just enough to force that miss. I really expected him to get 2 there.
Barlow's shot is good.
A solid facilitator. I like whenever Maxey looks to get his guys involved.
McCollum with the bounce pass. Okongwu a screen. To the inside. Kicks it out to McCollum. Johnson in the corner. From outside the arc. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
That's 3 straight misses to start the second half. Not what they wanted.
Maxey finds Embiid. And they double up Embiid. Oubre, no one around him. Off target from three-point range. The Hawks trail by 17. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Alexander Walker passes to Johnson. Here's Barlow. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Outside, Maxey. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Embiid's shot is good.
And looming large on the interior. Embiid, hard to deny.
And so McCollum will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Searching for that first bucket here in the third. Johnson with a screen on Maxey. Maxey against McCollum. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. McCollum's got 16.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
I got ball. Maxey against McCollum. Embiid with a screen on McCollum. It's good. Nice touch there from Maxey.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Tim, I can hear it in my head right now. You've called Steph Curry must-see TV. Does anyone from this next generation maybe approach that description for you?
Well, Kevin, certainly Victor Wembanyama would be at the top of that list. You're talking about a one-off when you combine that size with that particular skill set. And then Anthony Edwards would be another guy because of the explosiveness and excitement that he brings every single night.
It'll be exciting to see this next generation and see if they do impact it like the ones before them, for sure.
Okongwu. Since the All-Star break, he has been superb. He's around 14 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And when it all comes together for him, this is what he's capable of.
Well, we've seen he has the ability to absolutely light it up. Sometimes it's just about getting the opportunity.
On defense, the 76ers. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Johnson outside. And it's McCollum in the corner. Over Maxey. 5 on the clock. Daniels, no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
McCollum against Maxey. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Well, that is some impressive body control right there on display by Maxey.
Another young rising player in this league who's learning as he goes along is Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, he continues to get more responsibility on his plate, and I think as he starts to embrace that leadership role a little bit more and become more vocal, I think then you're going to start to see Philly really do some great things.
Yeah, maturing before our eyes. The 76ers leading by 21. Pass to Barlow. Back to Maxey. Now here's Embiid. He is guarded by McCollum, and there it is for him. Embiid's got 4 points this quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, that's what you love about C.J. McCollum. He does a little bit of everything, including distributing the ball.
And here are the 76ers now, following the bucket by the Hawks. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Edgecombe, no good. The Hawks trail by 21. Okongwu kicks to Daniels. Pass to Alexander Walker. And it's McCollum in the corner. Over Maxey. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
And the offense has just flowed through McCollum all night, whether that's finding people or repeatedly attacking like he does right there.
Here's Barlow, and here's Embiid, covered by Okongwu. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Hawks have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Alexander Walker on the wing. He has 5. It's McCollum on the wing. He's covered by Maxey. Here's Alexander Walker. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Cullen passes to Alexander Walker. Outside Daniel. His 3-pointers off the mark.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Here's Edgecombe. 15 points in the game. Takes a 3. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Alexander Walker with the ball. McCollum outside. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Maxey kicks to Oubre. Pass to Barlow. This one for 3. Rebound, Atlanta. Daniels has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
He was torching them from deep in the first half, but he has not made one here in the second.
And he gets the bucket. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for Philadelphia. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Now, here's Oubre. 6 points for him. Back to Maxey. Cans it from downtown. Maxey's got 22 points.
Well, that's his first 3 of the half, and now he's got 4 made threes on the night.
Oubre against Daniel. And here's McCollum for 3. Again, McCollum missing. There's the drive. Barlow. And he converts the layup. Barlow's got his second bucket of the night.
And that's the right decision when you've got a smaller man on you.
Okongwu with the elbow. Pass to McCollum. Fires from deep. Drills it from outside. 23 points for C.J. McCollum.
And continues to make plays offensively, having a very efficient quarter.
Here's Edgecombe. Defended by Alexander Walker. And here's Embiid. Maxey in the corner. The 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Well, he has dictated the tempo this entire quarter, getting basically whatever he wants offensively.
Back to Alexander Walker. And here's McCollum for 3. They grabbed their own miss. And that one, good.
The definition of relentless effort right there, and that is what Daniels provides every single night.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. And while we have a second, let's see which squads have topped the league in assists during the past month. In the third spot, the Hawks.
And what stands out during this recent stretch is just how well they passed the basketball. I mean, this is a club that has become really unselfish.
Here's Grimes. He's got 9. Inside, and it's Drummond with the jam.
Once Drummond gets the ball there, you can kiss it goodbye.
They set the screen. And it's Kispert in the corner. The three-pointer, no good. And it's the 76ers with the ball.
2 minutes.
Now Grimes. Maxey finds Edwards. Screen by Watford. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go from deep. Drops in the tray. Watford's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Kispert. Landale with it. Picked up by Edwards. Here's Rizachet. Over Grimes. Outside, Kuminga. Sinks the triple. Kuminga's got 5 now.
Yeah, oftentimes you're going to see Kuminga dragging on that play, but that time he already had the look he wanted, so he let it fly.
Now, here's Maxey. 25 points in the game. They get it again. Drummond, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Well, you see this all too often. The effort has to be there first.
Jabari Walker's checked in for the 76ers. Payne comes in for Maxey.
I think of Andre Drummond as a big man's big man. He's a steadfast presence in the paint who really focuses on owning the backboard and attacking the rim.
Here's Rizachet. He's got 12. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the 76ers?
Their accuracy in this one has just been on another level. I mean, the 3-ball keeps falling, and the defense just hasn't been able to run them off the line.
And I've also been very impressed with their ball movement. It has led to better shots. The offense overall has had a great rhythm.
Shea has done a lot to quiet the doubters after being the #1 overall pick in 2024.
Well, in a draft without a lot of star power at the top, the Hawks took the kind of prototype wing you can't have too many of, and he has made good on that pick.
The Hawks shooting in this game, 45%. After Shea. Here's the three. It's Drummond with the rebound. The 76ers shooting a superb 63% from the field. 16 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Payne. And here's Edwards from the arc. Rebounded by the Hawks. Here's Shea. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Tyrese Maxey. He's been the guy making things happen for Philadelphia. And he continues to torment them from three-point range. A total of 5 threes for him in the game now. We've got more in store for you right after this. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, playing for one another. That's the definition of teamwork.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So on the floor for Philadelphia, they've got Lowry. Edwards is out there with Walker. Then there's Embiid, and it's Grimes in at the 2.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Landale. Back to McCollum. Pass to Shea. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
No, he made a couple of shots early, but since the half, he just can't seem to find his rhythm.
Lowry feeling it out a bit. Here's Grimes. From outside, off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
McCollum outside. Here's Landale. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 6th assist on the night. Outside, Walker. Pass to Embiid. So, Tim, in the past, it's always been accepted that the veteran-laden teams would have an edge. But I don't know if we're seeing that as much now. What do you think?
Well, I think you used to see a lot more continuity with rosters across a number of years, but nowadays, much shorter contracts means you have teams that evolve and change more regularly than ever before.
Almost feels like you got to be more nimble as a franchise than ever before.
You absolutely have to have much more forethought because you keep these groups together for a shorter period of time.
Philadelphia with the ball, following the 3 by Atlanta. Takes a step back. Pass to Grimes. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Hawks making a switch here. Fields checked in. Trendon Watford's checked in for Philadelphia. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Hield with a screen on Lowry. McCollum outside. Crafty move, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Embiid.
Well, that's one of the many things McCollum does to help your offense. He is so adept at drawing fouls, and if you send him to the line, it's almost automatic.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, going into a promising draft like this past summer, Greg, are losing teams trying to secure that lottery ticket to the stars?
Well, you look at the last, 4.5 decades worth of champions, only 5 of those teams were led by a player taken outside the top 7 in the draft. So you can see why teams are trying to draft so high.
Now here's Embiid. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And the dunk by Embiid.
Well, this is a classic performance from Embiid. He's one of the most lethal scorers this game has.
Cullen passes to Kuminga. Johnson surveying the floor. McCollum against Maxey. Kicks it out to Johnson. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Grimes with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Maxey passes to Watford. And here's Edwards from the arc. He can't get that one to fall.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Very difficult to stop team play when the ball's moving. Excellent find with the pass to create that scoring opportunity.
And the 76ers with some changes. Oubre comes in for Trendon Watford. And it's Edgecombe in for Edwards.
One shot.
Greg, one thing that doesn't show up in the box score, and maybe should, screen assists. They're a big part of the game.
Without question. I mean, the art of setting a great screen, I think, is underappreciated. Giving those guys their just due with the screen assist on a made bucket I'm fine with that.
The Hawks trail by 21. Johnson, the pass to McCollum. To Rizichet. Four on the clock. From past the arc. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Here's Oubre. And finished off by Oubre.
And the leaping ability of Oubre Jr. When he gets inside, this guy is determined to finish.
Pass to Rizichet. There's the triple. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Grimes has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Really tough quarter for him shooting the basketball.
It's good. Nice touch there from Maxey.
Offensively, Maxey can be such a problem. He attacks you with that relentless energy.
Here's McCollum. Drops in the layup for 2. McCollum's got 26 points.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Maxey finds Grimes. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Jonathan Kuminga picks one up. You know, GA, one great thing about the NBA, well, there are many things, but one great thing is that there's always new talent coming through the ranks.
Yeah, I mean, the future is bright. And Kevin, I really like this year's draft class.
2 shots.
Man, we just continue to add exciting young talent to the mix.
First one falls for the Hawks. Okongwu comes in for Jock Landale. And Daniels subbed in for Rizichet. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Barlow's checked in. Both free throws good from Grimes. And so it's Daniels who brings up the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. And Okongwu slams it in.
And, you know, if you look at Daniels' numbers, he's done a great job improving those assist totals.
Pass to Edgecombe. Back to Maxey. Embiid inside. Okongwu on him. And Edgecombe gets it to go.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
It's Grimes on the wing. Here's Maxey. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Well, that's a nice finish that time by Maxey inside, making full use of his exceptional agility and athleticism.
Outside Daniels. Pass to Johnson. Daniels with the bounce pass. Johnson inside. And it's in there.
Man, how about the confidence Johnson possesses? That's a phenomenal job right there, using his body control and finishing.
Now, here's Maxey. Here's Barlow. Here's Grimes, defended by Kuminga. Kicks it out to Maxey. That 3 off the mark. The Hawks have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. McCollum outside. Outside, Kuminga. That one falls, coming off Johnson's feet.
And Kuminga has put a lot of work in on that shot. It's good to see him knock it down from deep.
Pass to Grimes. 3-pointer. A rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
McCollum outside. Outside Daniels. Back to Johnson. And Johnson with the stop.
My goodness, Johnson is quick off the floor, and he has a lot of power.
Pass to Edgecombe. 76ers moving the ball around. From downtown. Rebound, Atlanta. Johnson's got 6 rebounds in the game. It's McCollum on the wing. And GA, you look at all these great European players. Some saying that youth development in the U.S. could emulate aspects of what they're doing overseas in their systems.
Well, it's already going in that direction. Youngsters able to, in essence, go pro from their early teens. But the academies they've set up over there, they are, no doubt, intriguing.
The 76ers with another miss. The Hawks trail by 21. Back to Johnson. Kuminga the pass to Okongwu. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And they seem to have found something out there. I like the confidence they're playing with.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Hawks. Kelly Oubre's checked in for the 76ers. And that one falls for Okongwu. The 76ers leading by 18. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He knows every possession is critical now.
In the offense, your ATL dancer. Round of applause for your ATL dancer.
And so here is Philadelphia. It's an 18-point lead. Maxey against McCollum. And good that time. Maxey's got 16 points here in the second half.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by Atlanta.
Pass to McCollum. And here is Okongwu. contorting his body for the double clutch layup.
It's not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
CJ McCollum. One shot.
Free throw good, McCollum.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Maxey, here's Embiid. And he makes that one. Embiid's got 4 this quarter.
Domination, plain and simple. Embiid isn't holding back and is giving the defense all he's got.
Now here's McCollum. Johnson with a screen on Maxey. Maxey against McCollum. High post Johnson. Clock is at 3. Daniels inside the line. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Philadelphia leading by 19. Here's Maxey. And the shot no good, a bit short. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Atlanta Hawks. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now, here's Okongwu. He's tightly guarded.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. Here's Maxey. After the basket by Atlanta, here's Embiid. Outside, Maxey. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. No good from 3. The Hawks trail by 17.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the 76ers.
It was like watching a 3-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up, whether the last several shots went down or not. 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them. And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Tyrese Maxey.
Well, what a highlight reel he put together, playing his game and contributing in a big way.
Here's Alexander Walker after the made shot from Joel Embiid. McCollum outside. The 20-foot jumper, good. And it's Maxey with the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. The lead is 15. Okongwu against Embiid. Now Maxey. Embiid inside. Going to work down low.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
And this run should seal this win. What a timely burst.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Johnson. Fires the 3. Knocks down the 3. Maxey against McCollum. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
Allie, let's go to you courtside. What do you have for us?
Joel, in the past, you've certainly had your critics, and you have not run from them. What are you looking to prove out there?
Just being dominant, so I want every time people hear my name, I want them to know that I'm a dominant player.
Well, you do have the ability to dominate every single night. Good luck moving forward.
Great job. Thanks for that, Allie. And that about wraps it up. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Tyrese Maxey.